Well, good Saturday morning. Well, I'm in the dad-in-law's Ram truck and gooseneck on the back. Yeah, it's still there. You know what that means. Doing it again. Kind of have a special deal with a little bit of horse trading going on, and I'm not going to tell you what I got till I get there, or show you what I got. Suffice to say, it is something that I have wanted for 20 years, something like that. Some of you may think I'm crazy, but the more and more I learn about what it actually is, I hope it's still original under the hood, the more excited I get about it. So, and there may be a problem with the engine, but we got to work through that. Nevertheless, I woke up this morning to the sound of rain hitting the windshield, or the windows, but that is past. You can see it's gone out east. So we got a good rain during the night, which made me nervous. I looked at the yard where I'm going on Google Maps this morning, the satellite view, and it looks like the vehicle is maybe 20 feet off of the gravel driveway into the grass there. So through another chain, and I got the sling, and I got the winch cable, we should be able to do this without getting into too much mud. So come along with me on this little adventure. Let's just hope everything goes as planned. We'll be there in a bit. So guys, we're getting close to our destination, but I did forget. I wanted to mention that I had been to this yard probably a couple of years ago by now, been in communication with the owner about the possibility of doing quite a few different projects. The farm we're going to is owned by his brother, who I've been talking to about doing projects. And I actually got the title for this vehicle that we're picking up a couple of weeks ago, and I got really curious what's under the hood. And that's going to be another thing where some of you are going to be like, really? But we'll get into that once I get there. But I just wanted to say that if it's still all original, now I think there's probably a problem with the engine, and we'll take a look at that. But if it's still all original, it just makes it so much better in my mind. So we'll see you in a bit, and we'll load her up. Well, you might be thinking, hey guy, you already got a square body from the 80s that you're working on, right? Well, not this flavor. Not this flavor. Just got the lowly Scottsdale. It's a 3+3 C20, 3/4 ton. Only 2-wheel drive. I could have been, you know, a little more pleasantly surprised with 4-wheel, but that's okay. Stick shift. Not too bad. This interior, you know, it's got the very basic interior, no power, nothing. Do we have AC? Oh yeah, we do. And a tape deck. PLL synthesizer, Pioneer, hot dog. Oh yeah, dual tanks. Basically same color combination of my 86 GMC. Fairly solid. Some rust down there, I think. But, so first of all, this is an 81. I don't think I mentioned that. 81 Chevy Scottsdale. Wanted a crew cab for a very long time. I always wanted to put a short box on a crew cab and then do like a Cummins swap or 12 valve, whatever. And thought that would be really cool. Cruising down the road, pulling a trailer, picking up projects, taking the family along. Put a topper or a tonneau on the back, can haul lumberyard, groceries, you know, take it to town, go shopping, pick up cars, go to Colorado, whatever. Just have fun. But if this has what I think it has under the hood, then we're definitely keeping it. So let's check it out. Oh. Wow. Okay. Hold on. Well, the hood cable is absolutely seized. I'll work with it a little bit more here, but I cannot get it. And I don't have any, I have basic hand tools. I don't have any, well, I could probably look around if I wanted to. No one's home. This guy here is a custom cutter, and they're on wheat harvest down in Oklahoma. So I'm on my own. And I've got a road grader blade cog here, kind of in the way, so I'm going to have to pull it at an angle. So I'm going to air up tires, and looks like we got some cement blocks underneath it holding it up, and see if we can start pulling this thing. Someone put some fancy shiny rims on this thing. Don't think I like it. I'd rather have the white steel rims, but it'll work for now. Attaboy. Oh wait. Alright, well, we're loaded up. We will take a much closer look at everything once we get it home. Hopefully I can get that hood open without too much fuss. All the typical rot that you would expect. So I'll need rockers, cab corners, maybe a replacement bed would just be a better option. Not that one though. Speaking of, got another little honey over here, but kind of a matching set by the looks of it. apparently like their 3/4 ton bare bones crew cabs, huh? So anyway. Well, this looks concerning, but we got it home, obviously, and still can't get the hood open. It is, that cable or the latch mechanism is just seized tighter than a drum, and I've got it open wide enough here. I'm hoping I can take the latch bolts out, gain a little elbow room, if we hold our mouth right. Let's just see. There's one. Now you gotta come out of there. No. You gotta come out of the socket. Ah. Alright, there she goes. Okay, now. I think we have a mouse nest built into the latch here. So she's all seized up. I will see if I can loosen that, and then we can open the hood up finally. Well, I'm not going to hang out here all day today. It is hot and humid. I don't know how you people down south live like this. But when I had it on the trailer, I noticed we had some straight pipe dual exhaust. Now it's pretty small, you know, 2-inch, or I doubt that's 2.5. It could be. But going to either side of the engine there, so right then and there I knew I didn't have the engine I was hoping for. I'm gonna look. Yeah, let's see. We've got inner panels, inner rockers are rusted out, but the floor at first glance looks pretty good. I'll go check out the back, or the left side. Yeah, I think the floor's pretty nice. If I can get away with just both rocker panels. Oh, that one looks a little crunchy there. Yeah, maybe so. Still, I could patch that without having to buy anything. Not too bad. Not too bad. Well, I just ended up playing juvenile delinquent and cutting the cable. It was seized up tight, and once I did, the latch sprung open and away we went. So that was shot anyway. Yeah, see, we're still cable's cut and we're still seized up. All the mouse wee ran down it through all those years. So when I looked it up online, the VIN, it said this was originally a 292 model. So I already had visions of sugar plums, like 4-barrel intake, possibly even EFI. I don't know, either the VIN thing I used was wrong. I mean, it was AutoZone's website, granted. or this has had a very complete V8 swap. I mean, this looks like a V8 should have in 1981, doesn't it? All the vacuum lines and fittings and EGR and heater tubes and whatnots, you know, tuna cans, and so I don't know. The sticker's gone from the radiator shroud here, so that wouldn't tell me anything. And I don't even know. I'm assuming it's a 350. I pulled the dipstick and it looked like there was water in the bottom half. So that's unfortunate. But, well, I mean, that looks like I'd expect. It's free. So I suspect blown head gasket or a crack in the head. I think that's what the owner told me, previous owner told me. So we will do a little diagnosis down those lines sometime. Looks like he replaced the rag joint, the steering dampener thingy. But we can take a closer look here. Very clean inside. Just kind of faded and old, sitting outside all these years. Headliner's there, but loose. Yeah, I don't know what else you want to know. Ashtrays are ready to go. Oh, extra splash guards. Sweet. Curious to, well, she's tied on well. It's curious to see that vinyl, if it's, if they just wanted cloth, so they put these covers on it. It feels a little rip there. Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. Working for wildlife. Wiper blades. Okay, cool. Well, good morning. It's 6:30 Monday morning, several weeks later, in fact. Decided to come out here before work and see if I could find anything obviously wrong by pulling the plugs. You know, if there was a catastrophic failure into the combustion chamber, maybe we can find a clean plug that was burning water as well or something. Just kind of give us a direction on which way to head. I am still very, not mystified, but just surprised at, well, That's a very clean plug right off the bat there. For this to have been an engine swap, how complete it looks. Its 80ness is showing, you know. All of the nonsense that they put on back in those days for the emissions junk, it's all here. I don't know. So whether the owner got a hold of a wrecked car or a truck and just put everything in. Okay, there's a dirty one, a sooty one, and a very clean one. Number 1 to number 3 is very different. I forget if I showed you the water on the dipstick, if you can even tell. Can you tell that? Does the camera even work? So that is a very oil-fouled plug. 3 very different plugs so far. And got dirt on it, but that looks more like a normal plug. So we have very clean, somewhat normal, oil-fouled, somewhat normal on this side. So things on the right side definitely got interesting. 4 and 8 are 4 is kind of a normal look to a used spark plug. 8 is definitely just oil fouled as well, but 2 and 6 look pretty interesting. 2 is damaged. The ceramic is completely shot down inside there. There's green corrosion. Don't know what that's about. And then 6 definitely looks like there's been water in that cylinder. It's just full of nasty, rusty junk. So definitely right side is a problem. Not sure about the very clean number 1, but very unhealthy engine, I would say, at least the top end. So there we go. Well, my friends, I know that this ends up being kind of an anticlimactic video, and for that I'm sorry, but it just is what it is. There's no point in trying to get a broken engine running, I guess, unless it's an emergency. Now, it ends up being a 3970010 casting number, which is pretty vague, but pretty much means it's a 350, you know. I could take off the alternator and clean up where the stampings are and get a better picture of what's going on, but don't feel like doing that right now. But the important question is, what exactly are we going to do with this? Now, as far as the 350 goes, if that's the route we want to take, we could simply take apart the top end, see what's wrong with it. I have other heads, gaskets we could get, just get this thing running again. That's option one. Option two, it has a T, I think a T digit in the VIN. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the T digit is your engine designation, and that is for a 292, which, if you know by me by now, I'm a Chevy 6 nut, a nutcase, a real nut bar, right? And 292s are just kind of the supreme, the crowning glory of the inline Chevy 6. I would love to track one down and put it back in here. That would just be a lot of fun. Coupled with this manual transmission, it would be a real kick in the pants. So, by the way, I think the peak horsepower, get my cheat sheet here, the peak horsepower for a 292 was 165, and the peak pound-foot of torque was 280. Certainly not in 1981, but in 1981 the 350 was at 280 pound-feet of torque, if not a little lower. You know, you get into 70s and 80s and things get a little vague, and we're constantly changing. It was junk by that point, you know, all the dumb stuff they were tagging on engines. Certainly the older the 292, the better. And if someone watching this has one that you would want to pass on, especially if you're close around Kansas, let me know. I'd love to meet you, buy one from you if it's a deal, come get it, put it in here, and just have a ball. So if that's something you want to do, you know. And now, other than that, the blue truck behind me, I don't know if you can see it, that 98 Silverado, I'm still driving it every day. It's got the Vortec 350 in it. You know, we could take the plastic junk and the fuel injector spider off of it, put a carburetor intake manifold on it, maybe even EFI, and put it in here. That'd be a pretty good running 350 in this thing, and we get some good horsepower out of that thing. Or I really don't see myself doing it, but like I mentioned earlier, the Cummins, that's just a big commitment as far as I'm concerned, both with money and time and fabrication, you know. Certainly not sitting out here in the grass. I want to get into that kind of project, but you never know. So let me know what you guys would think, what you guys would do with it, and we'll go from there. I am definitely going to keep the long bed. You see, I saw an eBay listing. Oh, this had to be early days of eBay, at least as far as I'm concerned. A guy from Nebraska took 3 of these trucks and put them together and made a really sweet looking crew cab. It was one of these. He shortened the frame. He took the 6-foot bed, fleet side bed, off of another truck and put it on the frame. I think it was 4-wheel drive. He may have put a lift kit under it. And then I think he took out of another truck the 350 with the early TBI. So it was a fuel injected. And he repainted it, and it looked really good. And back then I think it was the astronomical fee of like $13,000 is what he wanted for it, which, you know, 20 years ago, 25 years ago was like way over my head. So looking back, I probably should have tried to buy it. But either way, I would keep this truck as it is, just fix it up, put a cover on the back, fix the rust, you know, clean up the interior, maybe get a windshield where you can at least see through the cracks, and just go from there, have fun. So put it down in the comments what you guys think, and we'll try to get something going on this sometime soon. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. God bless you guys. We'll see you on the next one. I just want to get to grinding these gears. I'm dreaming.